And now it's gone. Gone forever.
Believe it or not, I don't have an Ender 3. Well, now I do. I purchased this at Micro Center, had a discount of $100, and it wound up being $100. Now, it no longer comes with a mean well power supply, but I have some upgrade plans for this. And what's the first upgrade? Well, we're going to do a CR Touch on it. Do some bed mesh leveling. Currently, the CR Touch is $39. Link below. This manual has some really fine print.
Oh, curse you, fine print!
I would suggest using the manual on Creality site. It's much more legible. We got some nice rigid foam holding some of the parts in here. And what do we have here? We got this CR Touch probe. I'm pretty impressed. It feels nice and solid, and it has that nice metal probe instead of a plastic one on a BL Touch. And it comes with 3 mounting brackets. This one is for the Ender 3, 5, 5S, and CR10. Okay, that was it for the foam. Well, maybe these fell out of the foam. I don't really know. But we got 2 more brackets here. What do we got here? The one on the left here is for the Ender 3 V2, and the other one is for the Ender 3 Max. So between the 3 adapters, you can install this in a variety of Creality printers. Let's take a look underneath this card here. We got a little compartment, and we have a long wire. This is the CR Touch harness. And it's long because, again, it fits the Ender 3 Max. And we have a couple bags of screws here. And they are the M36 and M38 screws to mount the bracket and this CR Touch. And we have, looks like 3 zip ties.
Zip it.
And that looks to be about it. Okay, let's go ahead and get this installed. First, unplug for safety, of course. Then I'm going to just remove the 2 screws on the top here. Make sure you save them. You're going to need them later to put everything back together again. And my least favorite thing is we're going to almost drop the printer. Put it outside and take the 3 screws off the bottom access panel. Not a fan of leaning them against the side, but that's pretty much what we have to do here. And we want to verify the board. This is the 422 board. We're going to need that information later. Now we're going to take our CR Touch wire harness and we're going to just plug it into the bottom of the board. It is keyed so it can only fit one way. Now we're going to do some cable management. It'd be suggested to just go ahead and remove these 2 zip ties, and we are going to just route the CR Touch wire harness along the side of it, and this way it doesn't get pinched when we put the cover back on. And now we're just going ahead and put the 3 screws back in, install the cover. We want to make sure there's an ample amount of play there for that wire harness, the main one. That way nothing gets pinched. And once we have the 3 screws secured, we're going to now take off the cooling fan shroud. Now we're going to just remove these 2 screws here. We can just go ahead and save them for later for a project because we will not be reusing them.
I can't see, dude.
Yep, got to get those hands out of the way. Camera work, John. Camera work.
Drop the little screw behind the card.
No, didn't need that screw anyways. So what we're going to do is take the bracket out, and we're going to use the shorter screws to mount this back on. And just going to go over the fan shroud and tighten the 2 little screws in place. Pretty easy process. Now I'm just going to verify these screws are nice and secure, not too over tightened, just nice and snug. You just want to make sure that this CR Touch isn't going anywhere. And now we're going to do the most difficult part of this is actually securing the CR Touch to this bracket. It takes 2 screws, and due to the magic film editing, it went in just nicely. And now we're going to plug the other end into the CR Touch. It's keyed so it can only fit one way. So if you're forcing it, you did it wrong. Zip tie and organize the wires how you see fit. Since we have the BL Touch, we no longer need this Z limit switch. So we're going to just loosen it, take it off, and unplug it. Maybe save that end stop switch for something else. And now we're going to take care of this bed a little bit. I'm going to install these solid bed mounts from TH3D. I've heard some great things about them, and let's go ahead and give them a try. First, we're going to just snip off this zip tie in the back. The TH3D kit comes with its own bed strain relief, so we don't need it anymore. Now we're going to just go ahead and remove these bed leveling nuts. It's kind of fun to do those. Those are some really weak springs that come on this printer. I think I've seen those same springs in a ballpoint pen. Well, not really that bad, but they're pretty darn weak. And installing them are pretty darn easy. Put the strain relief in the back left corner, put the bed mounts on, secure it in place, and that is it. Well, almost. Then we're going to zip tie the back left corner to the bed strain relief, and then we are done. Now we're almost done. All we have to do is download the new firmware and flash the board. We're going to head over to the Creality site, and we're going to search for the Ender 3 Pro-ish CR Touch firmware. We're going to download it. And remember, we had to look at the board, what version it was. And if we click on the file here, we'll see that we need the 422. You're going to go in there and just rename it to firmware.bin. Format the SD card to FAT32, copy the firmware file over to it, power up the printer, and it'll update the firmware. You'll need to throw G28 and 29 into your slicer and adjust your Z offset. Mine was set to 2.7, but yours may be different. Now before every print, it will now level the bed. We may have some more upgrades later on to take care of this noise, but otherwise it is done really well. Pretty impressed with it. For the price, I think it's a worthy upgrade to any Ender 3 Pro. So I really thank you for tuning in to Tripod's Garage. Please have a wonderful day, evening, or weekend, or whenever you decide to watch this video. Thanks again for tuning in.